as I was mentioning, slight technical issues because my 10-year-old laptop has stopped working, but we're trying to make it work on phone. It's 12 p.m. We'll keep it around 10 to 15 minutes only, and we'll just visualize exactly tomorrow. Okay, so we will visualize everything that will happen tomorrow between paper 1 and paper 2. And I want to keep this slightly short, but if time permits, then we'll move it into CSAT as well. So CSAT visualization भी कर लेंगे, but what's more important is कि हम the gap between paper 1 and paper 2 उसको visualize कर लें, because that can be a game changer. ठीक है? Anyone who wants to speak, session के बाद करते हैं. ठीक है? Session पूरा complete करके we'll open it up. All right. Let's open up our 5 senses like we did earlier. In the first session, you learned how to open up all of your 5 senses, and you also remember why it was important, right? Opening up your 5 senses helps you become more present. आपकी cognition improve करता है और आपका alertness और improve करता है. So what will happen is sometimes in the exam when you start, there could be a little starting inertia. थोड़ा सा brain fog हो सकता है, तो we'll just open up our senses. We'll do the breathing exercise I taught you guys. Physiological sigh करेंगे. Normal breathing exercise करेंगे. Open up your senses. We'll do that, and then we'll move into the visualization. So just take a really comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged. ध्यान मुद्रा में जा सकते हो. So right over left, you can touch your this thing, or if you can also hold it this way on your knees. ठीक है? Just close your eyes and just really surrender. You know, आप basically हमें बस just surrender to the universe जैसा है. You've done your best. You've done everything in your power. Now is the time to really work on your inner self. है ना? हम अपनी आत्मा, अपने मन, अपने दिल को बस शांत करेंगे, उनको प्रोटेक्ट करेंगे, ताकि कल जब actually when it is your moment to shine, they are your best friends and your best allies tomorrow. ठीक है? So you can close your eyes and let's try to open up all our 5 senses. Just take a very deep breath. Inhale for a count of 2, 1, 2. Hold and then exhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again inhale for a count of 2, 1, 2. And then exhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you remember, we keep the length of the exhale longer because it helps your heart and mind to calm down more. And that's a physiological sigh. So, एक बार फिर से inhale for a count of 2. 1, 2. And exhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. ठीक है? अब just keep your eyes closed and let's try to open up one sense after the other. Let's start with the sense of hearing. Tap into the most prominent sound and then tap into the most distant sound. या तो मेरी आवाज हो सकती है most prominent, fan की आवाज हो सकती है, किचन में अगर खाना बन रहा है तो कुकर का whistle, और फिर most distant sound हो सकता है एक चिड़िया हो background में, ट्रैफिक की आवाज हो दूर से, एक conversation सुनाई दे रही हो, कोई phone बज रहा हो. Tap into that sound and just be present with it. Don't judge it. It's okay. एग्जाम के टाइम पे कल ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि जिस स्कूल में आप हो वहां पर कुछ अनाउंसमेंट हो गई, कहीं पर कुछ बैंड ने बजा लिया. मेरे एक अटेम्प्ट में the marching band was actually practicing, so the whole time the drums and everything was beating, right? That's also possible. The good thing is you are better prepared today. Why? Because you've imagined the sound, you have visualized that yes, even noise can be there tomorrow. You know, maybe your invigilator is also talking to someone else. Maybe they're coming and doing announcements. It's okay. You are sitting in within yourself and this noise is just present. You are alert, but you are not letting it bother you. है ना? कोई बात नहीं. बैंड बज रहा है, नीचे आवाज आ रही है, ट्रैफिक का शोर है, कोई बात नहीं. You are stronger than that. है ना? You are stronger than getting worried about sounds around you. So you've tapped into the sounds around you. You've opened up your sense of hearing. The next thing I want you to do is tap into your sense of touch. ठीक है? Your tactile sense. Just feel wherever you're sitting. How is it feeling? Take a deep breath. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you're breathing, try to get a sense of what does your breath also feel like. That there is a touch sense for that also. How is the air feeling on your hands, right? There may be a sense of your hair itself on your neck. How is that feeling? You are resting your hands on your knees. How is that feeling? Right? Just really activate your sense of touch. There may also be a sense of pain somewhere. Soreness hoga, maybe in your back, in your neck. You have been studying. Again, we will not judge this sense of touch. It's present. It is a part of you, a very vital part of your existence. It is there. It may show up tomorrow. है ना? Tomorrow you may be in pain, but you are stronger than that. You have visualized the fact कि हाँ कल हो सकता है कोई pain erupt हो, but आपने इसको practice कर लिया है. बहुत बार इसको आपने visualize किया है. कल जब pain आएगा, you will just tell yourself that this is a mark of me being alive today. है ना? We are feeling that pain even because it is a part of our existence. So that's it. कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी कल. And I'm promising you one thing. Tomorrow when you start working on the exam and the questions, adrenaline will be on your side. Okay? So that will help you overcome part of the pain as well. So you've activated your sense of touch. You've also acknowledged the possibility that tomorrow you may have backache issues, you may have neckache issues, which is fine. Okay? You are stronger than that. The third thing we'll do is we'll activate our sense of sight. This will also help you be very alert towards the little traps, the little clues that UPSC gives you, the little hints UPSC will give you on different questions. Your eyes are closed, but they're closed gently, and through your eyelids, you are able to feel a sense of your light sort of streaming and filtering from your eyelids. Okay? You'll be able to see a little bit of light filtering in. एक और चीज जो आप ये देखेंगे will be the remnant of the sight you had before you closed your eyes, whether it's your room. Now just try to visually imagine mentally, even with your eyelids shut, what were you staring at before this? Were you staring at your desk, your table? Were you staring outside your window? Were you staring at the mirror? Just try to imagine that. Activate your sense of sight. Okay, so tomorrow when you see, it may be possible that your room is dark. It's darker than you needed it to be. You know? It may be possible that initially there's a little bit of fog, but tell yourself that you have been in this practice of activating your sense of sight. Okay? And yes, just do me one favor. Just take a deep breath for a count of 1, 2, and exhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this yourself for 2 more breaths. I'll just check our chat and I'll see if there's any technical glitch. Just 1 second. Just continue this on your own. Okay, I'm just seeing that everything is on point and none of you are talking about any audio issues. Everything is clear. Okay, no audio issues. All right. We were practicing our sense of sight. We have activated that. You took 2 breaths. Let's do it one last time. A long inhale. And then a longer exhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale it out. Release your stress. Release your tension. Okay? So we've activated our sense of sound. We've activated our sense of touch. We've activated our sense of sight. And also we visualized how these 3 senses will help you tomorrow when you go question to question in prelims and CSAT. Okay? Next, we will come to the sense of smell. Okay, let's activate that. Just try to really tap into what are the fragrances and the scents around you in your room, right? This is your safe space. Your room is your safe space. What does it smell like? If it's raining around you, what is the smell of rain and the smell of soil smell like? We know that it's because of certain bacteria that releases those scents, right? If someone's cooking food, your comfort food, if your mom is doing it or a helper's doing it, just be grateful to the fact that that food with this tomorrow, it may just be possible. Sorry, I think there was a network glitch. I'm back now. Don't worry about it. Okay. Tomorrow, you have activated your sense of smell right now. It may just be possible tomorrow that someone may light up a pile of dried leaves or a pile of trash. You know, there may be a smell of smoke coming into your exam room, right? And it may be disturbing to you, but tell yourself that you had imagined this challenge as well. It's okay. It's not in your control. You will not worry about it. Okay? So just imagine that, and also just activate your four senses. You're done with activating four senses. You're more your cognition has improved. You're alert. You're more present right now in this moment. You will be equally present tomorrow. All right. The last one we will do is the sense of taste. Okay. With that, all five senses will be opened up. We will also practice simultaneity of all the five senses, and you'll be more present. So in taste, just try to taste what your taste buds are feeling like right now. They could be dry. You know, you could have the taste of a coffee that you had, or maybe toothpaste, or some taste, some lingering taste will be there. Tomorrow, a high possibility is that your mouth may be dry. Okay, that's physiological out of nervousness. It does become dry. You visualized it, you know it is possible. You won't let it become a barrier. You won't let it become a physical discomfort because you've practiced this and you know it is something that happens. It's a very natural process. You just imagine sipping on water if that is a challenge, if it's proving to be difficult. We've now discussed the challenges that might come from your five senses, and you've opened up your five senses now. Okay, you're more alert now. Let's practice them simultaneously. For everyone who joined right now, team, we've opened up five senses. You can go back and look at the recording. But right now what you can do is just simultaneously play with each sense. Okay, as I talk to you, just follow my instructions. Now basically, hear what you are hearing without any judgment. A distant sound very far away, or a close voice, my voice possibly. See what you are seeing, even with your eyelids closed. Just see what you are seeing. Touch what you are what are you feeling? Just get a sense of that touch. Taste what you are tasting. And smell what you are smelling. So actively, just simultaneously play with these different things. Pull your lens back, your lens of existence, pull it back. Try to get all the senses around you. Smell, touch, taste, sound, right? All of it. Just try to play with it simultaneously. And breathe. So breathe for a count of 2, 1, 2. And let go for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go now for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So we're done with simultaneously practicing all these senses. Next, what we'll do is we'll visualize the time between paper 1 and paper 2. This is the most important part of the visualization. Before we start visualizing this break, go back 5 or 10 minutes before the bell actually rang. All right. What has happened in these 5-10 minutes? That you are present. Imagine yourself sitting in that exam room on that seat assigned to you where you are meant to shine. You are sitting there comfortably. There may be a little bit of pain, but it's been nearly 2 hours. The bell is going to ring and you've really worked hard at this. So the pain is actually an indication of that hard work. Now in the last 5-10 minutes, you are just making important decisions. Okay, on what? In those last 5-10 minutes, you are deciding if you want to attempt maybe 2, 3, 4 more questions that you have thought of earlier. You are seeing if it suits your risk appetite or not. And also, you are basically very calmly figuring out if you want to attempt one of these questions or you want to skip them. Whatever you decide, in the last 2 minutes, there'll be a sense of closure. In these last 2 minutes, I want you to visualize yourself sitting there and very calmly accepting that sense of closure that you have completed this event at hand. This was an event you were looking forward to and it has now come to a complete, right? There is a sense of closure. It is completing and it is wrapped up now, right? There were little loose ends. You were worried about things, but it's all come to a close. You had the chance to shine and you really have. This was your moment. With that sense of closure, just visualize yourself putting down your black ball pen, taking a last look at your OMR sheet, closing your question paper, all right? and you hear that long bell go off. That long bell has gone off, and your invigilator starts collecting the paper. They are collecting the paper one after the other. You have a smile on your face because you know you did your best. And you know that nothing more than this moment matters, that you have done your best and you are satisfied with your performance. That is it. Nothing else matters. When the invigilator comes to you, with a smile, you hand over that OMR sheet to that invigilator of paper one, and you just surrender, you smile, you say a big thank you. It's an act of gratitude practice. And when you thank them, you're actually thanking yourself, and you're thanking the universe for even getting an opportunity to give this exam. It's a big deal. And you are just grateful that you were able to reach on time, that you were seated comfortably in your position, that your 2 hours you were able to shine, and you are truly grateful for that. With that thanks and with that smile to your invigilator, you will let them move on and collect all the papers, and then you will start going out one after the other. Now, this is where it all begins, right? This is where the universe and your future self really needs you to practice a lot of wisdom and a lot of temperance, all right? And a lot of calmness and kindness towards your own self. This is that moment where you just be kind to yourself. You have that question paper of paper one in your hand. Visualize yourself opening your bag up and putting it very safely inside and telling yourself that you did your best. आपने अपना बेस्ट दिया है और बस अब आप इसको आप जाने देंगे, है ना? आप इससे डिटैच करेंगे. निरंकारी फिलॉसफी में एक चीज होती है कि हम सरेंडर कर देते हैं निराकार को, which means कि आप you will surrender to the universe, to the nirakar, which means that whichever God you believe in, whichever religion you practice, they all are a part of the universe, and you have taken your OMR sheet and your performance and you have surrendered it to them and you have submitted it to the universe. Why? Because the very fact that you got the opportunity to sit for this exam was an indication that the universe is watching your back. The universe is keeping you safe and the universe is truly protecting you, right? Otherwise, there were so many other reasons and challenges where we may not even get a chance to sit for the exam, right? But you gave the exam, you sat for it and you got this opportunity. So you're thankful to the universe and you've given that OMR sheet to the universe. You have surrendered to whatever the universe has in plan for you, and trust me on this. Trust me when someone who has given 8 years of her life to this exam tells you this. Regardless of what happens in this exam, the universe has something great in plan for you. I promise you this. Okay? You are a child of the universe and the universe will take care of you. So you just imagine surrendering that OMR sheet, surrendering that question paper. You have kept it safely in your bag. You will not look at it. Why? Because you have to show kindness to yourself and you have to prepare yourself for the next challenge that you have undertaken, which will now face you at 2 o'clock. You have to enter the CSAT exam hall at before 2. This is the new instruction, right? So at 2:30, you will be facing another very nice challenge that you have decided to face. And you've been very brave to face. But for that, you have to practice kindness to yourself in the next 1 to 1.5 hours. You just walked out of the exam hall and you see that there are some other candidates who are slightly more nervous, and they possibly approach you and they ask, hey, what did you answer for question 79, for example? Do you think option C was the answer, let's say? And you just look at them and you smile very politely and you just tell them that I'm really sorry, I just actually have to go and just prepare, or I just have to be with myself for the next 1 hour. I don't want to discuss the answer. With a smile, very politely, you will say that and you will walk forward. You will choose a very nice spot for yourself. There'll be a shaded spot, hopefully. You will sit down and you will do a meditation if that helps you. You will take a power nap if that helps you. You will fuel yourself with healthy food, light food that will help you perform and stay focused for CSAT. And you will just try to calm yourself down. Imagine yourself breathing, doing your breathwork techniques that we learned. Even when you're fueling yourself, let's say you're eating a banana or you're eating a fruit, which is light, just really be very mindful when you're eating. If you have water, this is another thing you can do. Imagine yourself with that bottle of water and you're sipping your water one after the other. Truly be mindful and allow that water to really settle inside when you take a sip, and just go sip by sip. What that does is it helps as an anchor and it helps with grounding. So if you're taking a bite of something that is, there to nourish you, take a very mindful bite, let it settle in, really feel that feeling. You could do that today. It's called mindful eating in mental health. Today, sit down with your meal. Don't watch any screen. Don't keep a book open. Don't watch any TV. Don't try to look at last minute videos. Just spend maybe 10-15 minutes eating that meal, but with a lot of mindfulness. You know what that does is when you take every bite and you watch it settle inside your body, you really feel the texture of the food, you feel the scent, the smell and the taste. It makes you more present for the challenge at hand. The other thing is, it actually anchors you. It calms your physiology down. So just try that. So now imagine you're visualizing that you're eating a very healthy, nutritious meal, and then you can take maybe a nap if that helps you. You do your breathing and you do your breath work and your meditation. You're almost done. There are 15 minutes left for you to now enter the exam hall. And with a smile, if your parents are there, with a blessing from them or a good, kind word from a friend if they are there. And if you're all alone, just with a self-internal hug, hugging therapy also. So like if you just give yourself a tight hug, if you just hold yourself this way, that can also anchor you down. So just 15 minutes before you have to enter, just do this with a smile and walk towards that exam hall. Make sure, so now you can visualize this. You are entering the exact exam room that is designated to you because you had seen beforehand where you have to go. Watch yourself walk into that corridor. Okay? You are walking into that corridor. You enter that room. This is CSAT, right? And you are there before time. You are supposed to be there before 2. You are much before time. You walk into that exam room and you remind yourself that it is the universe herself who has sent you there. You are an agent of the universe today because you have a goal for public service and national service. And the universe wants you to go there and really show up and perform to the best of your ability. Now, when you enter, you can tell yourself, and this used to work for me, I actually used to tell myself that it is the universe that is performing through me. If that helps you reduce the pressure on yourself. So just enter, take your own seat, check your roll number written there. It will be a sticker with your roll number on it, or it will be written in chalk. You have checked, you've made sure you're sitting in the exact same seat assigned to your roll number. You have your admit card, you have your hall ticket, admit card, you have your ID card, and you have the black ball pens that you need. You sit down and you have a good 10-15 minutes before it actually starts, or even much more time. Do your breath work. Let's practice that again. Just inhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, and visualize yourself doing it tomorrow exactly at that exam seat that is meant for you. Visualize it and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With each breath, you are releasing a sense of expectation that you have with yourself. You are releasing your fears. You are releasing that internal pressure and that anxiety. With each long breath, you are letting it go. Why? Because you've surrendered to the universe and you will perform to the best of your ability, regardless of what comes in the question paper. Just a few 2 minutes are left. You are finally grounded. You are feeling much better. You're slightly nervous, but that's okay as well. It is an important exam. It is an event that you care for, truly care for. So it's very human that you're feeling slightly nervous. But the good news is that you have invested in your mental health and you know the breathing you have to do. And you know the exact positive dialogue, जो internal dialogue अच्छी बातें आपको खुद के साथ डिस्कस करनी है, खुद को positive affirmations देनी है, वो आपको पता है, आपने वो प्रैक्टिस की है. बस अब बहुत लंबी एक बेल बजेगी. Just visualize that bell. Right? And actually, let's take a step back. I want you to visualize another challenge that might happen, okay? Just before the bell rings. They are supposed to give you the papers roughly 5 minutes or sometimes even 10 minutes. It depends on the center to center. They will give you the question paper beforehand. Now let's imagine 5 minutes before, A shorter bell, they are starting to distribute. वो लोग क्वेश्चन पेपर आपको देना शुरू कर दिया उन्होंने. और प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि आप लास्ट में बैठे हैं, और आप लास्ट में बैठे हैं तो इन्विजिलेटर एक जगह से स्टार्ट करेगा, तो वो धीरे 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 आपके पास आएगा. ठीक है, पर आपको ये लग रहा है कि अरे दूसरों को पहले मिल गया, और यू हैव नॉट गॉट इट येट, सो यू आर अ लिटिल एंशियस अबाउट दैट. जस्ट इमेजिन योरसेल्फ इन दैट सिचुएशन एंड जस्ट टेल योरसेल्फ वन थिंग, that the good thing is that if they give a candidate the paper first, they also collect it from them first. They follow that order. वो वही order follow करते हैं. ठीक है, तो just because उनको पहले मिल रहा है, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको कम टाइम मिलेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि कलेक्शन पेपर का वहीं से स्टार्ट होगा. तो वो 1-2 मिनट का जो आपको लग रहा है एडवांटेज है, दैट्स एक्चुअली नॉट एन एडवांटेज. इट्स ओके, इट्स वो न्यूट्रलाइज हो जाता है. तो जो पैनिक क्रिएट हो सकता है उस मोमेंट में कि अरे उनको पहले मिल गया, मुझे नहीं मिल रहा, वो न्यूट्रलाइज हो जाएगा. उसके कारण अपना परफॉर्मेंस, यू विल नॉट स्पॉइल योर परफॉर्मेंस बिकॉज ऑफ दैट 1 or 2 minute एंजाइटी. ठीक है, just visualize this happening and tell yourself when this happens tomorrow, for anyone who's seated maybe at a later row or column, tell yourself that you had imagined this, and I had told you, I had told you that that 1 or 2 minute will get neutralized. Don't worry about it. All right, so the paper has come in your hand, and what has happened now is when you open it, the first few set of questions are questions जो आपने, जिसमें आप थोड़ा अनकंफर्टेबल हो. लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल आपको अगर क्वांट में डिफिकल्टी है, आप उसमें अनकंफर्टेबल हो, आपने पेपर खोला और आपको दिख रहा है कि वही टॉपिक्स आपके सामने बैठे हैं, क्वेश्चन 1, 2, 3, 4, जिसमें आप अनकंफर्टेबल हो, राइट? इन दैट मोमेंट यू विल नॉट पैनिक. पूरा पेज, फर्स्ट पेज, सेकंड पेज, just imagine that there are difficult questions, your difficult topics that you're uncomfortable with. You're not bad at them. If you give it a try, you might just be able to do it. But you are uncomfortable. Now just imagine that those topics are there. And you tell yourself that, listen, I had imagined exactly this. The good news is that you don't have to attempt all 80 questions in CSAT. That's a great news. You just have to attempt those 42 to 48 questions, of course, subject to your strategy. But my recommendation from the beginning has been that you only have to do 42 to 48 questions in CSAT. That's it. उससे ज्यादा आप खुद को प्रेशर नहीं डालोगे. तो इसीलिए वो जो शुरुआत के जो 5, 7, 10 क्वेश्चन जो मुश्किल लग रहे हैं, कोई बात नहीं. Your easy and medium questions are waiting for you. They really are waiting for you. So with a smile, what you do is you just flip. And where do you go? If this is your strategy. Only if this is your strategy, do it. Otherwise, visualize your own strategy, okay? You skip the difficult ones and you go exactly to your strength. You go exactly to the subject and the question type that is your strength. And with ease, question after question, you keep solving it with a lot of ease. Now visualize yourself that after looking at those difficult questions in the first 2 pages, you finally landed with your sense of power and your sense of control. You have landed on your stronger subjects, and you go question after question and you are solving them with a lot of ease. You are solving them and you're recording it on the OMR. As soon as you see a difficult question and you know it doesn't deserve your panic and your time, why? Because there are easy questions waiting for you. You will skip it without any guilt, without any shame, without any fear. And you will very greedily, very strategically look for your easy and medium questions. That's it. Okay? Now imagine that 1 hour has passed and your strategy is going exactly as you had planned. There was some shock in the CSAT paper. You had anticipated that there will be some shock. That shock may have derailed your strategy slightly, delayed your time management by 5-10 minutes, maybe more, but it's okay. You are present in this moment and this moment alone. You are not going to worry about the previous question baggage. You will not worry about the baggage of the previous attempt. You will not worry that, oh no, I had done this mistake in 2023 or 22. Why? Because this is the present moment. Why? Because you have learned the skill of focusing on the present moment and letting go of the past. You have learned of the mental health techniques and tools that you need to be present question after question, and you will only tackle that. Question after question. You're moving with ease. You are skipping the difficult ones, and the easy ones, you are giving them the time and the attention it merits. You are also not giving up on the easy ones. Okay? Just because there was a question that you thought, आपको लगा कि आप वो question solve कर पाओगे, but उसका जवाब नहीं आया है, अभी कोई बात नहीं, आपने उसको आराम से सर्कल कर दिया. विजुअलाइज दिस, रियली विजुअलाइज इट. एक क्वेश्चन था जो आपको लगा पढ़ के कि हाँ ये तो मुझे आता है, लेकिन क्या हुआ, उन 4 ऑप्शंस में से कोई ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा है. इमेजिन योरसेल्फ दैट. इट्स ओके. You will just circle it with a lot of calm and a lot of ease, and you will tell yourself that this happens actually. It's happened to me. Remind yourself that it's also happened to me. Chandra Prabha, right? I had also circled questions where I thought I would get them. I invested 40 seconds in that question, but I realized the answer nahi aa raha hai. I circled it. I came back to it in the last 5-10 minutes that I had. So you will also do that. Visualize yourself there. Next, move question to question, question to question. What you've managed to do is, by the end, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 5 minutes are left. Let's imagine there are 5 minutes left, and you've reached the range of the questions that you had targeted without any extra pressure. You have to clear the 66.66 cutoff out of 200 marks. There's a lot of room for that. Yes, UPSC may even increase. कल का जो CSAT का पेपर है, हो सकता है 2023 से भी ज्यादा मुश्किल हो. पॉसिबल है ना, वो बहुत पॉसिबल है, लेकिन 200 मार्क्स में से हमें 66.66 ही लाना है. तो हम बहुत स्ट्रेटेजिकली सिर्फ वही क्वेश्चंस करेंगे जो इजी एंड मीडियम है. डिफिकल्ट वालों पे हम अपना टाइम बर्बाद नहीं करेंगे, एक्यूरेसी बर्बाद नहीं करेंगे. ठीक है, तो बस यही. लास्ट में 5 से 10 मिनट बाकी हैं. वेरी कामली, वेरी स्ट्रेटेजिकली यू विल गो बैक टू द क्वेश्चंस दैट यू हैड सर्कल. बहुत कामली यू विल सी इफ यू आर वर्किंग इट एंड मे बी यू आर लैंडिंग ऑन एन आंसर. एंड visualize yourself doing this now. You are seeing ki, okay, maybe you have that risk appetite to attempt this question. So you will go ahead and attempt it. Or very strategically, you will now look at that question, last 5-10 minutes, just look at that question and see that, okay, maybe I don't have that risk appetite. Maybe I'm comfortable right now and I don't need to take that risk. That's also a possibility. So this 5-10 minutes is for you to apply 2 things. A lot of wisdom and a lot of temperance. Good news is, for both these things, especially temperance, you have practiced this visualization. Nothing can shake you now. Any shock that UPSC throws at you tomorrow, you are very well equipped now because you've done this visualization multiple times. Just like one of your favorite sports players, you have visualized your game plan and you have visualized the worst shocks possible. Okay? You've done this visualization, and the 5-10 minutes left, 2 minutes left, come down to 2 minutes. You know that there'll be a really long bell that'll ring now. And what will happen is, you are just watching yourself. Watch yourself take that black ballpoint pen, put it down, close the cap, put it down on the table with a sense of complete closure and a sense of completeness that you gave your best, that you strategically solved the CSAT paper and you survived. Okay? And you did very well. With a smile and a sense of closure, put your pen down. There's 1 minute left, the bell will go off. You're looking at your OMR. The invigilator is also getting ready to take that OMR from you. They are starting from the first person. We imagined earlier that you are the last person to get the question paper. Now, good news is, you will be the last person who will also have to submit their paper. So you have that little time. The invigilator is coming. You're looking at the OMR sheet. You are smiling. You do your little gratitude practice. You thank the universe for this opportunity कि आपको CSAT में बैठने का मौका मिला, है ना? ऐसे भी बच्चे, unfortunately, there may be candidates who won't even go for CSAT. Or they may not be able to go for CSAT for some logistical or physical issue. Thankfully, you had the time, you had the chance and the opportunity from the universe to sit down for your CSAT paper, which means now you will qualify to get your paper 1 checked, which is beautiful. So just thank the OMR sheet, thank yourself for actually performing and really shining in these 2 hours. And then invigilators coming. You will look at them with a smile, hand your OMR sheet to them, thank them, and then you'll watch them walk past, and then now you will start getting ready to leave. This was your moment. You have shined, you have done what you could, and you have done exactly what was in your hands. जितने भी controllable factors थे, आपने उनको अच्छे से manage किया है, calmly, with a lot of wisdom, with a lot of good strategy, and आप walk कर रहे हो, and you did not worry about any factor that was not in your control. काफी चीजें होंगी कल जो आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं होंगी, बट गुड न्यूज इज यू प्रैक्टिस दीज मेंटली. आपने वन आफ्टर द अदर, एक के बाद एक, आपने ये शॉकिंग चीजें और ये आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल फैक्टर्स वॉक थ्रू कर लिए हैं. सो you'll be calm, right? You'll be like, हाँ नहीं, it's okay. I was imagining that this will happen. You walk out of that exam room, you look back with a lot of thanks. You know, this was an opportunity for you to really go there and be present and show up. And you put down your question paper in your bag. You exit that examination center. You see your loved ones. They are smiling. You take their blessings again. Touch their feet if you do. You hug them. And you just get ready to come back home. Just come home. Come back to your safe space, right? When you come back on the 16th in the evening, I'll be right here. We'll talk. I just want you to be surrounded with your safe space in the evening. That's it, right? Why? I'll remind this to you again. I hope you've written it down. I know a lot of you have. You know that this exam or any exam in the world will not certify your strength of character, your inner value, and your worth, not just for your family, but your value to the society and your value to our nation, right? आप एक बहुत ही हिम्मत वाला काम कर रहे हैं ये चैलेंज लेने के लिए. ये चैनल लेकर आप एक बहुत हिम्मत वाला काम कर रहे हैं. Just because you want to go through this difficult journey for national service, for public service, right? You are brave and you are enough just in this self. That is it. और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. पास फेल कुछ डिटरमाइन नहीं करेगा. आपका वर्थ, आपका मेरिट, आपका टैलेंट, आपका इंटेलिजेंस, आपका हार्ड वर्क एंड जस्ट जेन्युइनली कि आप कितने सुंदर इंसान हो, है ना, कि आपका कैरेक्टर इतना सुंदर है. यू आर अ ब्यूटिफुल ह्यूमन. एंड द बेस्ट थिंग इज बस सब कुछ हो गया है, आप घर जा रहे हो, यू आर गोइंग बैक टू योर सेफ स्पेस एंड द यूनिवर्स हैज टेकन केयर ऑफ यू. दैट्स इट. यू आर वेरी वेल टेकन केयर ऑफ. बाकी हम बाद में साथ में देख लेंगे, कोई बात नहीं. ठीक है, आपने अपना बेस्ट दिया है. सो वी विजुअलाइज दिस. अगेन थोड़ा सा लंबा था बट कोई बात नहीं. यू डिजर्व दिस टाइम. Take 2 or 3 more breaths. Just inhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for a count of 6 and release all of the stress that you have. You have visualized all of the shocks that are possible. Again, inhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let go of any expectations, any pressures, any inner demons. Okay? You have calmed them down. Chalo. Wow, the group really grew. And I know that some of you joined in the middle, but I hope you were able to keep track. इस exercise का ज़्यादा कुछ rocket science नहीं है. आपको बस just have to follow along with my voice and keep breathing. That's it. है ना? Follow along. Let your imagination really play out. Human beings are incredible for their imagination. That's really beautiful. So anyone who's joining now, you can go back to the recording. Keep practicing it. ये recording मैं भेज दूंगी. I know a lot of students were asking for it. कल अगर करते हो तो कीप इट ऑफलाइन ताकि आपको कहीं ऑनलाइन जाके ये देखना नहीं पड़े. ठीक है, ये कर लो. एंड बाकी अगर कोई भी क्वेश्चंस है, आई एम हियर फॉर यू. यू कैन रेज योर हैंड्स, लेट मी अनम्यूट यू एंड